Hello and welcome to segment 4 of creating your own website using Weebly. And I like to call this segment putting it all together. We've been through a lot of information. You've gone through 3 tutorials now. And at this point, I hope that you feel pretty comfortable with navigating. Like I mentioned earlier in segment 1 of the video, is that Weebly is a very user-friendly tool to use. It is one of the easiest applications that I've found as far as developing a website. As you can see, you don't need any HTML experience, CSS experience, and web design and applications. It's simply, as long as you have internet access, drag and dropping, you can really develop a fully functional website. Alright, so there's one other component that I wanted to show you before we kind of put all the final pieces together. As we go back to my trial site here, and I go into this, and if you want to follow along with me, we discussed earlier about the building of our website, the design phase, and then the importance of adding all the different pages so that it makes the website a little bit easier to navigate as opposed to having a lot of content on one specific page. You can basically click on alternate pages, and just makes it a little bit easier for the users to find certain things on your site. So the last thing I want to focus on is this portion here called settings. If we go into the settings part, okay, here's a few things that I want to point out for you. The first thing is for the site address. Okay, this is going to be the actual web address of your website. Now notice I just have the tile version .weebly.com. If you are going to keep the free version and maybe just want to launch it for right now, see how it does, spread the word around, I would suggest probably just using the free version. Okay, see what kind of changes you want to make to it. And here's another important component to keep in mind. For the purpose of this class, okay, we're all basically collaborating together and we're creating a website. Now, you're creating a website though for a specific reason, okay, whether it's for a client, for a classroom, for business, whatever have you. But you want to make sure that the website is fully functional when you go to launch it. Okay, so it may not be a bad idea for right now to keep the free version until you have all the bells and whistles complete, until you have all the kinks ironed out before you launch it and make it, available to everybody. So they always say that first impression is a lasting impression. Well, that's very true too with your website. You want to make sure that people who go on your website want to come back again. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. And some of the other things that I want to point out for you that are important too, where we have here a site password. Okay, if you wanted to actually designate certain pages that people had to enter in a password for to get in. Okay, maybe there was a website that you created, you had a certain page on there that you just didn't want everyone to be able to go on and find and be able to research information on. You can actually lock that section and make it password protected, which is another good component. There's another one down here as far as how you can share it. I would definitely look at some of the social networking sites when you're just getting your website launched. I mean, we obviously know Facebook's a big one, Twitter. You can put it on like Instagram, things like that. So any kind of social media site will just help get the information out there, get more people using your website, link it to other things. It's even important to actually see if you can link your website into other websites, and I'll mention that again a little bit later within this video. And now the last tab that I want to show you that's important is this site engine or search engine optimization. Okay, now the first part here is site description. Is you want to give a pretty good description. Okay, we'll just put here good The good description. You want to give a very good description about what your site is about. The better the description, again, the more it explains what your site is. Then meta keywords. All right, these are going to be keywords used in a Google search, and not even just Google, but other search engines that are out there. Remember, if you want people to find your website, a lot of times someone who is looking for information may not know your web address, and that's okay. So we go, what do? We go on Google, we go on Bing, we go on some kind of search engine, and we start typing in information. Well, you want the user to type in keywords that are in your website, and then as it gets more hits, your website will be able to come up. So you want to make sure that you take some time and really think about what is in your website and what kind of keywords or buzzwords, as I like to use them, can you actually add. Okay. Now here is another important component, this Google Analytics. If you want to obtain detailed information about your website, Google offers a free program called Google Analytics that will give you an HTML code. Basically, you have to provide information about your website. You go through a short verification process just to make sure that it is in fact your website, and they will send you an HTML code. All you have to do is copy that HTML code, and you're going to simply paste it in here into this footer section, and you will be able to then log into your Google Analytics account and basically further track information. Now, with the paid version through Weebly, if you decide to publish it as a full domain name, you'll be able to find some basic information about your account. It doesn't go into the depth that Google Analytics will, but it'll tell you roughly how many users you have and what pages they're viewing and so forth. Okay. The last thing is, we don't necessarily want to hide it. I mean, if you want to hide your site from search engines, then you can simply click on prevent search engines from indexing this site, which just basically means that people will not be able to use any kind of search engine to locate your website. Okay. Now, let me go back up to the general section here. There was one other component that I wanted to show you right here where it says navigation. Remember that when we were creating our pages, okay, and they have the pages going across the top there, if you want all of your pages to be displayed, okay, what would happen is we would have pages across the top, and then when you get to about 4 or 5 pages, it would stop, and then there would just be a more button. And then when you would click on that more button, it would have more pages. So if you want all of the pages that your customer or someone who is accessing your website to be able to see, you want to make sure that you uncheck this where it says group access pages under more. We don't want to do access pages. You basically want to leave it as is. Okay. So let's go back to our build part here. At this point, we are ready to start really putting together our website. So let me exit out of here. I'll show you some other components, and it's going to be helpful if I actually use my website here. Okay, so I'm going to go into my website, and I'm going to show you the statistics. So remember, like Google Analytics. Okay, well, here with my search engine, you just click on it. It tells you how many users that you get on what specific day, like how many people are actually using it. If you scroll down, it'll tell you how many times that page has been viewed so far this month, some of the key terms that people are using, and then also some of the search engines that they're using as well to find your specific website. Now, if you want even more detailed information, that's when you would want to sign up for that free Google Analytics account, and that'll actually give you more information about your website. Okay. Now, let me go into my website and just kind of show you exactly what it would look like at the end here, okay, of things that you can do. Now, mention I have a bunch of tabs here across the top. These are all different pages that people can go into. What I chose to do is I got rid of that more section. I don't want a more button that people basically have to click on the more button to find the pages. I just want all my pages to be relatively accessible, okay. If I go to, let's say, ancient Rome right now, all right, as you notice, again, I have multiple pages that people can view, because what I'm trying to do is I am trying to organize the information so that it makes searching my website a little bit easier. Okay. Now, notice that I have specific information, like here's one on the Colosseum. But then I also have an external link. Notice that this link icon appears. This is a link that would take you to another relevant site that I find useful, that people using my website would be able to use. The other thing I'd like to do to keep things organized for them is I create specifically a video section, and I would urge you to do this as well. If you're going to have videos within your website, just keep it organized for everyone to come in and actually view your videos. I basically came up with the title of the video. It gives you the time so you can see how long the video is, and the user can just simply scroll through and scroll down and see all the videos and just watch them basically at their convenience. And now this works from videos that have been downloaded from Discovery Ed. Maybe if you have it in like a flash drive or something like that, or it even works for YouTube videos. So any type of video that you have, you can just simply put it in there for you. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you when we go back to the home page is in this design feature. Okay, here we have I have pictures as a little slideshow, and notice it says Edit Slideshow. So what you want to do is, if you want to do this, you can simply click on that, and notice across the top here there are Add Slides, and you can do images. So I did a slideshow because I didn't just want one still image. I wanted people to be able to see other images that are simply images of relevant topics that we talk about. Okay, so all you would have to do is you would have to basically just go to add a slide, and it would add another slide onto the existing slides that are there. And then you can upload pictures from your desktop, from some kind of external hard drive, flash drive, whatever it is that you have. You can certainly put a variety of images on there, and then as someone is on your site, as they are moving through it, it will continue to scroll through all the different images. It just actually it adds just a nice feature for the person. You know, as you see here, as they're going on, you know, they get to see some different pictures of different things that you have basically put on there. Okay. Don't forget, okay, as I mentioned earlier, one of the most important components of this is every time you make a change, you want to make sure that you go up here and click Publish. You want to publish this because this is simply our way of saying that we want to now save this website. This is what we, this is what we want it to look like, and we're, ready to have this published. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to open up another tab here, and I just simply want you to see what the final product would look like without the editor button on here. Okay, so here we are at the home page. I can go to my geography basics section if there's information that I wanted to learn. So I'm going to go through and get a bunch of terms, geography terms that are going to be useful to me. I'll have some files here that so I can download different worksheets, and then I also uploaded a YouTube video that was relevant about the different canyons and different types of
in the United States, the building of Hoover Dam in the 1930s.
Sorry about that, I clicked on that by accident. But you can see here, it gets into, some information. So I can go into the Mesopotamia section here, and so there's content in here. We have columns set up where you have pictures. So, the beauty of Weebly is you can sort of set things up and create things as much as you like. And please feel free, if you want to use my website, okay, as a template just to get you started. By all means, I will include the web address in the Blackboard Learning so that you can go on and view my site. It's in the announcements section, and you can emulate it off of that. And then as you become a little more comfortable with using Weebly, certainly branch out and do things on your own. So I guess at this point, this pretty much wraps up segment number 4. I hope you found all 4 segments useful. I will keep them up in the Blackboard Learn section. I will also keep them up in YouTube. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to either use the discussion board tab in Blackboard Learn, or you can certainly post a question out there in YouTube, and I will certainly answer all those questions for you. Please make sure that as you're progressing through the videos as well, respond to your classmates and interact with each other. Again, this is a learning experience for all of us. We want your experience with this class and with using Weebly to be a successful one. Looking forward to seeing exactly all the different videos and the websites that you create. And I hope that you found all 4 of these segments useful, and keep referring back to them and use them as often as you need. So with that being said, we'll look forward to working with you this semester, and have a great time creating your own website. And thanks for joining us. Bye.